Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. As you can tell from the title of today's video, we are doing something a little bit different, a little bit more intimate. I put up a Q&A poll on Instagram for you guys to send in some questions that you guys had. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please go ahead and do best, okay, so that you also don't miss out when I do ask you guys things on Instagram. So I wanted it to be cute and cozy because you are getting to know each other a little bit more, you know. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, your wine, whatever your drink of choice is. I'm just having a little bit of tea because it's before bedtime. So we're gonna start off light. The first question is, how old am I? And I am 28 years old. It took me so long to get comfortable with saying 28. It just sounds like such a serious age. I feel like I was 23, 24 literally yesterday. It's like I blinked and then all of a sudden ngavuka and then Tiwa, 28. Someone also asked which languages I'm fluent in. I would say I can speak Zulu, of course. I can speak English, of course, and I can also speak Xhosa. So with Sutu and Tswana, I can understand it, but I'm not great at speaking it. I lived in Pretoria for a bit, and it's like heavily populated with like Tswana speaking people. I got to learn like a lot of it during my time there. But yeah, I guess only 3 languages: Zulu, English, and Xhosa. Someone also asked me where I get my hair done. I'm gonna leave it on the screen for you guys. You can check out their Instagram as well as their TikTok. It's my girl's business. Okay, I love her down. She's all the way in Kempton Park though, but she knows her stuff. Okay, she really knows her stuff. If you see me looking down here and there, it's because I'm actually looking at my laptop, which is where the questions are. So the next question is, where in Durban are you from? Now let me tell you, I'm from Phoenix. I don't know about the sections. Okay, there right at the start. I don't even think we got the units and all over there. That's where I'm from. Guys, I love the Durban Indian accent so much. Actually, I miss it. Yeah, guys, that's where I'm from. Do you work in a tech or consulting firm? Guys, do I give off tech girly? Do you guys think I'm a tech girly? Because I always get questions about being in the tech industry, and like, I'm not in the tech industry. I am an investment analyst, so which means I work for like an investment firm. I work for like an advisory firm. But yeah, I always get these questions about being in the tech industry, and I'm always just like, huh? Kanjani Manje. But if I do give off those vibes, like, I'm not like complaining, because I feel like people in tech are like the coolest people ever. Because what do you mean you're in tech? What do you mean you code? What do you mean, like, I just feel like it's such a cool profession. So I guess none. I don't work in a tech firm. I don't work in a tech consultancy, whatever. How do you balance your office job with going to the gym? You see, with that one, I know working a 9 to 5 can be exhausting. Working a 9 to 5, going to the office, commuting, coming back, interacting with people, especially if you are going to be someone who goes into the office like every day or every other day, it's exhausting. But I think what has really helped me is that I have made gym my lifestyle. I don't really have to think about it anymore. Even if I am tired, I'm going to the gym, because if I don't go to the gym, I'm gonna feel weird. I'm gonna feel some type of way because I've literally made it a habit. In the beginning stages, I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult to build that habit, but it was something that I really wanted to do, really wanted to make part of my lifestyle. Once you start building up that consistency, and once you start seeing results from being consistent, you're gonna want to go even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it. For me, that's when the shift kind of happened, when I adopted it more as like a lifestyle, like intengenza, this is how I live my life, and not necessarily as something that I'm going to do for 3 months and then stop once I see results. So I would say, like, if you're trying to get into the gym, don't put pressure on yourself. Tell yourself also that it's a lifestyle, but also don't be like too laxy-daisy with it, right? Try to build up that habit. Try to go like, let's say 2 times a week, and then you build it up from 2 times a week to 3 times a week, and then you build it up from 3 times a week to 4 times a week, And also, don't be doing things that you don't enjoy. I think that's also where people lose it when it comes to the gym. They want to go in there and do things that they don't enjoy. Personally, I enjoy lifting weights. I enjoy doing like steady cardio, which is like walking on an incline, stairmaster here and there, and I do some rowing when I'm at the gym, right? But running, why am I running? It's like, yep. and I do want to get into it, but right now that's not something that I enjoy doing when I'm at the gym, right? So like now imagine, would I be as consistent as I am if every time I have to think about the fact that I'm going to be doing something I don't enjoy when I get to the gym? I'm going to be running and I hate running. No, there's so many things to fitness as well. Like there's so many different things that you can try out. You don't have to do what anybody else is doing. I feel like that's also how you lose the consistency, because now you have to like hype yourself up every single time you go to the gym. And don't get me wrong, you're not always going to be motivated. Some days you're going to be tired, but again, because you've built that in you, that consistency. It's like when you go to work, you don't always want to go to work, but when you get there, you do your work and you're fine. Same with gym. I don't think of it as work. It's just part of izinto engibeningizenzile. Find what works for you and you'll find it gets easier to maintain the consistency. Is there anything you wish you knew before starting your 9 to 5? A lot actually. I can make maybe like a separate video about that. But I think if there's one thing that kind of stood out to me, or something that I kind of struggled with before I started working, it's feeling as if you are not good enough or not smart enough to be in that environment, right? But one thing that has really carried me through, and I wish I had learned it like earlier on in my career, is that they are not better than me, they are just more experienced. Because the more you do stuff, the more you know, the more you learn, and the more you can contribute to meetings, the more you can contribute to the team, and the more you can just be like, I guess, a better employee overall. So yeah. Oh, I love this question. What's your favorite part about creating vlog content? I really love making videos, you guys. I hope that it kind of translates when you guys watch my content for short term or short form and long term. I really enjoy like making videos. But I would say that I love filming. I really love filming. Getting different shots, different angles, figuring out like which way to place the camera or whatever, or like just finding beauty in like everyday mundane things. I really love that, and I love to see what I can do with those small clips. I feel like the beauty about vlogs is that me and you can have the same footage, but how we are going to present it to the world is going to be two different things, because you and I are not the same person. We don't see things the same way. Editing is not my favorite thing to do, I'm not gonna lie, but these days I've been playing around both on my short-term content as well as like long-form content as well, like playing with the color grading, playing with like, I don't know, the edits on the writing. I've been trying, but also trying to find like my personal style when it comes to editing and stuff like that. But yeah, I just love making videos. Honestly, I really love making videos. Now we're getting into some more up close and personal questions. Someone asked, how's life been going? Oh, baby girl. Okay. I think life's been just a bit challenging. It's been a bit different from what I envisioned for myself, from what I like for myself, you know. But at the end of the day, girl, always grateful. Like there's a lot to be grateful for. And I always believe that things happen for a reason. Sometimes you think that your life is going to go a certain way, or you think you need to be in a certain place, but that's not where God wants you to be. And you see later on, you would say, okay, this and this and this happened because I needed to get out of that situation, or I didn't need to be in that place that I was in. And if that didn't happen, I would not have left whatever situation it is, right? There's one thing we don't talk about enough, it's the late 20s. I feel like everybody is always talking about early 20s, or even like, I guess mid 20s, like basically when you're 25, 26, right? People talk a lot about those stages, but I don't really hear a lot of people talking about like the late 20s stage. I feel like out of all my 20 stages, it's been the most confusing. I remember when I was like 25, 26 or something, I read like a comment somewhere on social media where someone was like, you think you're going through a life crisis now at 25, wait till you get to 28, it gets worse. And I'm like, girl, it does. And it's not even because it gets worse through life. It's just, I think I've just been questioning a lot of things. I feel like life is teaching me a lesson right now. It's like life is screaming at me every single day. Because yeah, wait, nah. I'm just not sure with he get it like with the T1 rather. I'm just not sure with T1. But in Yaji, like something is being said. Something is being said. I just gotta learn. I just gotta be still and listen to exactly what it is that is being said over this season of my life, and that we can wrap it up and move on to bigger and better things, you know? It's nothing, it's usually going up. It's not even like crazy big things. Like I've still got my family, mom, sapi, like I have a job, like going that I'm just grateful for, and it could really be a lot worse. So yeah. What is your biggest aspiration in life? I don't know if this is gonna sound like silly or like a girl would, but one of my biggest aspirations in life is to literally be a mom and have a nuclear family. That is literally one of my biggest aspirations in life. And it kind of scares me. And it kind of scares me because those are not things I can control, right? Like, I can get the money, yeah, because I can work hard at making sure that I have money, which is also an aspiration of mine. Like I want to be a businesswoman. I want to have my own shit. I don't want to be an employee forever. I want to be an employer, and just like I just want to be like those moms or like levels to see that just like have their businesses and they make dang money, but you're not really sure what they do, but you know that they work. Like I was saying that that scares me because it's not something that I can work at. But if God that is not what we want you to do, then I'm not going to get it. And that's a scary thing to think about. How are you navigating today's dating scene? Oh, Dumbazani. Oh my God. Like, I am. Like, ugh, these men will make you want to go back to your ex. Because you don't let it go. What is it that we are in? No, seriously. My thing about dating, guys, oh my gosh. I'm actually taking a break right now because, yeah, for my own sanity. My thing about dating in general is that I don't like confusion. And I feel like these days it's more about like, oh, I don't need you. Like, I need it. And see, I change the time with I could need it. And when you finish changing the I I'm also quick to walk away because I feel as if I'm not in the business of changing people. I don't believe that I need to change the core of who you are to suit me because now I'm forever going to be frustrated with you, or you are forever going to be frustrated with me because it's like I'm changing who you are. So if I feel as if like we don't agree on certain things that are important and fundamental to me, I'm quick to be like, let's experience it. You pull me, I guess we'll do that. If you make me feel like unsure of where we are or where I stand in your life, I'm cutting that shit out because I just feel like, why can't you show your feelings? Why can't you lead as a man? Like, none of this was I texted you first or I was the last person to text you. Now I'm not going to text you back type of thing. Like, why since it's okay, listen. I've been seeing a lot and you're strict to me, guys. I've learned to be strict because I'm just like, no ways. But like, it is reality. It's my heart, and I'm gonna be the one who's gonna be frustrated. And it's kind of scary though, being a strict hand, because like, you am I too strict? But at the same time, it's like, no, there's no way. And you could be like desperate. Like, there's certain things where I'm just like, I'm not dealing with that. It's also been teaching me a lot about myself. You're not going to marry, you're not supposed to marry every single person you meet. So I feel like that was also my problem in the beginning. I was feeling like, yeah, let's go. See, baby, relationship every time. But some people come into your life to teach you things about yourself, and I've been learning a lot about what I like and what I don't like through dating. So I feel like that's been fun. Yeah, that's that. On that, the next question is pettiest reason you have rejected someone. I don't know if this is petty, but my mom was saying a little petty, and I was like, what? Hear me out, right? I just come back from work, like a long day at work. I asked for Uber Eats. I was like, hey, can you please get me like Uber Eats? And it's not even a winter happened that I was talking to you for like a week or whatever. We had been talking, like we had been vibing, see, right? See. And then I was like, hey, can you please get me Uber Eats? And then just like, huh, Uber Eats? Why don't you cook? I'm like, no, I don't feel like cooking. I'm tired. It's been a long day, right? Okay, first at Agana Mal, I'm like, I knew it was a lie. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, no, I'm serious. Please give me Uber Eats, because I'm still thinking like we joking. I say no, Uber Eats is just something you get like twice a month. Like you don't need to be getting Uber Eats every day. In my mind, I'm like, Uber Eats every day. Me, I'm not even someone who eats takeout like that, right? I would understand if I had asked. This was like the fifth time in the month or whatever that I was asking him. This was actually my first time ever asking him for anything, right? He goes on and on about that, like basically about like money management and how Uber Eats is for like it's a luxury, essentially. Which okay, yeah, I get, but like that's not the chat right now. So my thing is that is like you are able to and you choose not to. And it's like, because we've been talking the other day that I've had a rough day, the kind of day that I was having. My thing is like consideration. Oh, she doesn't want to cook. Let me just get her Uber Eats. So for me, it was just like, oh, so this is how you are. Because now my mind starts thinking, it's okay, further down the line, I'm going to have to fight you for Uber Eats. It goes deeper. It's like, okay, so you are not interested in making my life easier. And the thing is, like, I know myself and the kind of person that I am, and I would want to do that for you if you had asked me to do it for you. So now it's like, so we're unfair, babe. When you are not willing to part ways, no 150 core, whereas I'd be willing to part ways, no 150 for you. So you see, it goes back to the thing of like, I'm not in the business of changing people, and if I have to teach you that principle, you are not mine. So I feel like my husband will know what to do. Enough about boys. The last question is advice you would give your younger self or someone who is younger than you. Baby girl, be selfish. Eva, selfish. Like now is the time to explore. I'm not saying go be ABITCH. No, be kind, be loving, and be open to opportunities, right? And friendships. That's Eva. Selfish. You do not have to do what anybody wants you to do if you do not feel like it will not benefit you in your life in any way. Do whatever you want to do, but also be smart. Be smart about it. I'm not saying this time be grover every day from Monday to Monday. Uti YOLO because of something, because Nelo can and will catch up to you if you're not papam. But I'm saying do what you want to do, but be smart about it. You are in a cause where you feel like you change. It's okay. Like do another one. It's okay. You have time. Because there's one thing I feel like in my early 20s, I used to feel like, oh my god, it's cut and secret. Especially now in social media age where you see people get successful like really young and you're just like and then Mina, and then you feel like in variety or like you just feel like or you feel pressure to do things. Girl, you have time, trust me, explore all that you can now. Get all those qualifications. Don't be worrying about boys and don't worry about people. Don't let imbalance syndrome get to you. Like honestly, in 3 years you probably won't even know half the people that you know right now. Like I'm being for real. Like you won't even care about them. Just live, be selfish, do what you want to do, and to learn yourself so that by the time you get to our age you are a no nonsense taker and you know exactly what you want. So yeah guys, we've come to the end of the video. I really enjoyed filming this and I really hope that you enjoyed watching or listening to me yappa. I'm going to end this video now. I didn't realize that it wasn't charged, so I'm just gonna put on the show right now and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.